All right, welcome back, everyone. I believe last time we were thinking about looking at contracts, and I believe there was one that's just right over in this direction that was a hoeing one. So I think we'll go ahead and try to take that one if I can get my fingers to work correctly. Yep, there's the hoeing one. Again, well, that's a different one actually, not too far away, even smaller, but that's fine. But we'll just go ahead and go do it real quick, just to have a little something different to do this time. And then I might go ahead and maybe just fast forward a couple hours to see what all pops up, if anything new will pop up by then. It might not have anything pop up. We might be completely overwhelmed and end up doing a bunch of smaller contracts that don't even get me to advance. So we'll just go ahead and see how it plays out. Normally I would end up cutting the driving part out just to give you guys a little break from it. But I figured what would a little road tripping for 1 or 2 episodes hurt, especially where they're not super far away. They were clear across the map, like when I sold my barley, I think it was. I might have kind of started thinking about, well, maybe we'll just call it good and I'll just magically transport across there. But no longer than it really took to get over here. I think it should be this little guy here that honestly probably took longer to drive here than it will to kind of do the contract. But the funny thing is, there are farmers that have lots of ground and then still have little tiny patches like this out there in real life too. So I guess that's just kind of keeping it half accurate without trying. But it looks like I might have kind of figured out the whole sound thing. I can always back away from the tractor a little bit too. And that there's not what, see right there, that's not what a real farmer would do. They would not drive at another field like that. But I turn crop destruction off for that purpose. I don't think it would actually destroy another farmer's crops if I remember correctly, but I know how I can be an airhead and not pay attention to what I'm doing once in a while, and I'd rather not wipe out my crops because of me being an airhead not paying attention to where I'm at, you know. Because I've definitely done that before. Oh, hey, you guys got to witness me get a trophy. I might actually see that quite often with this. series because I haven't spent a whole lot of time playing on a PS5 here. Well, not Farming Simulator. I went down a rabbit hole with Fallout there for a while, and then my PS5 started randomly shutting off. It couldn't make it clear through the reset or anything because I did all the steps that Sony tried to get me to do, and I tried rebuilding the database and factory reset, completely reinstall the system software from a USB, and it never worked. I sent it in for warranty because it was only like 2 months old at that point, or not even quite 2 months old. They received it one morning and had a new one sent out to me that same day. I had the game downloaded. I just kind of got sucked into Fallout and a couple other games. I might end up doing some Red Dead Redemption 2 as well at some point. Those ones I'll really have to watch the timer for though, because I can really get sucked into that game. I'm already kind of bad enough with this. Try to make videos a little shorter, and here I am usually at about 40 minutes each time. All right, let's see here. I don't know. I've always turn around like that when I get on the porch. Yeah, see, there's no available contracts right now, so I'll sleep until 9:30. Still no available contracts. We'll go ahead. We'll go to 10:30. See if the new hour rolling around helps. Oh, might help if I. There's the one I was kind of thinking of the other day. Maybe it was on my other save game that I was testing things out, kind of messing with the mic. I think we'll go ahead and accept that contract. Go hook that hoe back up. And I'm never gonna get used to calling it a hoe. My mind naturally goes to the bad meaning of hoe. Let's see, I think if I remember correctly. Oh no, my video froze for some reason. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna halfway magically teleport anyway, even though this was even closer. I just had an issue that hasn't popped up for oh, that hasn't popped up for quite a while. My OBS froze for some reason, but that's probably gonna be something that happens off and on. That's why I have a second TV down on the floor monitoring. But accidents happen. I was honestly thinking of seeing where we were at time-wise after this contract, and if there was another maybe small one to do after this that we could maybe do it and then call it good for this episode. Then maybe fast forward into July and see if there are any smaller harvest contracts to do. Don't want to take on too big of a contract, mainly because that would take absolutely forever and a year with my combine that I have. But I think the game plan is still to try to buy one field across the road. I don't know. I might have to think about 16 and 17 here, maybe. They'd be decent sized fields too. Now that I'm curious, I'm gonna get distracted here for a second. Let's see here. Oh, 180,000, not too bad. That's 140. This is the one I would start at that 7.9 acres. This is 7.43. The field size isn't going to be quite that much. Maybe 17 will be the way to go. I just kind of like being able to go straight across the road, though. Do maybe do 7 and 6 and 52 anyway. Combine 6 and 52. Then maybe come back over here and buy these two. Yeah, hopefully that's the end of the distractions. Can't make any promises, but we'll wait and see. Maybe that freeze and me ended up continuing to do this video will make me learn a little bit more about DaVinci Resolve, though. I could just be lazy and do the cut the sound out if it did that last time. It would have blown everyone's ears out the first couple times that I was fighting it constantly. Well, I might have to completely cut sound like I did at the end of I think the very first video. That way I don't blow your ears out. I don't know. Someday I'll learn how to do all like the fancy the SpongeBob edits, like 1 eternity later, or a few seconds later. I'm no Tom Kenny, so I can't do that. But eventually I might learn how to do some of that, so it's not just a plain old boring fade in and fade out all the time. But at least gives me an excuse to learn. And as I've stated multiple times, this is to showcase the difficulties that can arise when you're just learning how to do this stuff. And I'm not ashamed of it. You know, some people would focus on trying to know it all before they start, but the way I see it, we all start from scratch at some point, so everybody can just watch the struggles as I struggle. That's kind of the way I see it anyway. And we'll see how this video's sound turns out. I have a feeling it's going to be fine, but I did increase the in-game sound just a little bit, but I also got the in-game sound coming through my headset now, so that makes it a little easier to judge. Judging by that, it's not too bad, actually. So I might still have it set just about right. Oh, and that's only thing that I think the older farming simulators did is that they let you actually finish the whole field. Even if you hit 100%, you could go down to the end of the field and, you know. But we'll come back in here. We'll collect that. I don't know if 418 is worth it to go that far, but I mean, we're kind of halfway there, the way it is. I don't know. Screw it. We'll go take that contract and then that might be the end of the episode, maybe. Once I get back to the farm, just to try to give you guys a slightly shorter one. Maybe, hopefully. I wonder. I gotta stop and look. I was wondering if I never even paid attention. I was kind of wondering if the map maker was gonna include the collectibles, because I think this was one spot where there were a bunch. Maybe we'll make a detour on the way back and stop at. I don't remember where all of them are. It's been long enough. I don't think I ever found all of them, but we'll be right there by the grain elevator where there's normally one. Not gonna say there is this time. Then I think I remember where a couple more could possibly be. And we can just go ahead and, just for curiosity purposes, do that on the way back. Just run over another one. No, I didn't run over another one, but I ran over something that made the whole tractor bounce. I don't know if those collectibles would do that or not, but I suppose I'll go ahead and use you since you so kindly popped up for me. I was honestly gonna just try to rip this one out real quick and get it done on my own, but looks like most of the weeds are in the tram line anyway. Sorry if that blew everyone's ears out. I forget that it does that. I don't think it was too bad because it didn't blow my ears out at my headset. So hopefully it doesn't blow anyone else's ears out. I mean, if it does, by all means, say, hey, you keep blowing my ears out with that, and I will lower the gameplay volume for you guys. Because even though I'm one of those that understands that accidents happen, I know that it's no fun. Like when you're taking a nap on the couch and the TV's nice and quiet, it's not bothering you. And then out of nowhere, about to have a heart attack because a commercial comes on and scares the living crap out of you. All right. let's go ahead and work our way back home while exploring. I think there's 3 spots that I know of on the way home that might have collectibles. Again, I'm not gonna say they do or they don't, because like I said, this is a mod map, so they could have put them completely different places. But yeah, there's one. I don't think that's actually an original spot. I want to say, yeah, in the original there was one right up here. If I'm remembering the original map correctly. And then I think it also may have had one up here. Oh, there's one there. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it good here. I guess that can be a little bit of a pleasant side quest for us once in a while. I'll have to start keeping my eye out for them. Like I said, I've never found all of the original ones back in the day. I even sat down and tried to use a video, and I got through quite a bit of it. Got a large majority of them. I never collected them all, I don't believe. Okay then. So maybe. Only thing is, I don't know. I might have to go into the map and reset that. So I don't know how I'd go about setting that up. So I guess we will. Too far. Thankfully, we're right here next to the shop, so just turn around and get it without going clear out of our way. That didn't kill too much time, thankfully. I think this is a mod tractor, so maybe that's why it's kind of acting funky. I don't remember if it is or not. I don't have too many mods downloaded, but this one very well could be a mod tractor. It could just be a little hiccup that I'm having too. Maybe after all these years, I'm finally just getting case of the Giant's engine quirkiness that I've never really had before. Oh yeah, I can fit through there. Excuse me, probably. Let's see. I think. I wonder if they just didn't put it here because they didn't want to try to get it up there or try to deal with. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I was seeing anything up on the. Yeah, I don't see anything up on the roof like in the original, so maybe it'll be a little easier. I think I just randomly remembered where another one is too. Well, where another one could be. Not seeing anything here. I don't remember if it was up there or on the roof of the shop itself, and but yeah, I'm not seeing. Well, I'm here. I might as well refill too, I guess. Yeah, I don't see anything up here. I'll go around the back of the building just because I want to. Yeah, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. But since I'm back here, want to say wasn't here. No, not good enough to jump over that fence. I'm not a deer, I guess. One of these. Yep, there's one. I don't know if there was. Yep, there's one over here. I want to say it was like over here by the boat, and I don't remember which animal or what was where, but I do know there were like pigs and sheep and cows. Yes, I just incorrectly used sheeps. I heard it too. Bugging me. Too late now. Saw a TikTok video that pretty much describes me to a T. Don't underestimate me. I'm both dumber and smarter than you would realize all at the same time. Yeah, let's see. Let's just double check. Yeah. Deadwood, spraying, stone picking, wood transport. We'll advance to 12:30. If there's not a hoeing one, I think we will call it a day. And we'll see here. Yep, wood transport. I might go ahead and just go to 1 o'clock. I think hit more after the new hour. But yeah, fertilizing, spraying, stone picking, wood transport. So I think that's going to be a good stopping point for now. Uh, I think I might just go ahead and advance to July. That way it's done and over with for the next episode, and I can just jump in and start recording it without having to go forward a month real quick. So, but I think this is a good stopping point for now because looks like I'm gonna have to fast forward the time a little bit, anyways. So I'll call it a day, or at least call it an episode for now. I think once I get this one and the other one meshed together, I'm still gonna be kind of close to that 35-minute mark. But, but at least I'm trying to make them a little shorter for you guys. That way you don't have to dedicate almost a whole hour to your life, or of your life to me. Not until I learn to be a little more entertaining anyway. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next episode.